Welcome, guys. Welcome. Sorry about the slight delay there. Just had to do something very important, but we're back, and this match has already started here. It's only been 10 seconds, which is good. We didn't miss anything. Just kick off, but here we are. We're back. We're here. Just let me get my cord as well. My phone. Okay, it looks like Atleti's just kicked the ball out. Okay, so this is going to be a throw-in for Atletico Madrid. I'll announce the lineups here while this match is underway. We'll just put 2 seconds on the clock there. Okay, so the lineups for this match go as follows. So for Seattle Sounders, they line up with Frey in the goal, Baker Whiting in left back, Reagan in left centre back, Bell in right centre back, Rienzi in right back, Vargas and Roldan as the DMs. Then we have Rothrock, Rusnak, and De La Vega as the forwards, along with Musavisky as a striker. For Atleti, we have Oblak as the goalkeeper. Then we have Laurent and Jimenez and Lenormand and Galan as the defenders. Simeone, Barrios, Koke, and DePaul as the forwards. And we have Soroth and Alvarez as the strikers. And this is now Atleti with the ball here on the side. Here, drop a vote for who you think's going to win. So far, 33% think Seattle Sounders will win. Smash like for that, guys. For Seattle Sounders supporters, Atleti supporters, W's to you guys in the chat. Right now, here is Atleti with the ball on the left side here. This is Julian Alvarez passing a brilliant pass through, and that is going to be a corner for Atletico Madrid. Brilliant little play there. It is by, I think, Julian Alvarez and Barrios, of course, linking up nicely. Corner goes out there by Reagan. This is going to be a corner kick here. It looks like Julian Alvarez will be taking. Nice haircut, by the way, Julian. Getting one myself tomorrow, so yeah, maybe I'll take some inspiration. Alvarez getting ready here. And cross coming in. That is a very high-driven cross there. Just headed nicely to, looks like Koke here. Long ball coming in by Koke, and that's just out for a goal kick. And that's Frey is going to look very happy about this. My predictions, honestly, I do think that Seattle are the best MLS side in this tournament. Not really. I know Inter Miami just won, okay? And I do think Inter Miami really deserve that win. Very good football from them to beat FC Porto. But, yeah, Seattle genuinely look like the best MLS side in terms of, not having too many star players. The team looks very coherent, and they're very possessive-based play. They did lose their game to Botafogo. However, they were genuinely actually a fun team to watch in that match against Botafogo. The 2-1, they did score. And it looks like this is going to go all the way back to Juan Oblak, who is the goalkeeper for Atleti today. Laurent now on the side with this ball. Laurent just finding up here Simeone on the side. And it's going to just be a nice play back there, all the way to Koke in the more defensive side of the park here. Out the ball side there, and that is going to be for Galan. And it's going to be play on. The referee just sees a little bit of a dive there by Galan, but it's going to be continued play. And this is now going to be trying to reach Alvarez. However, yeah, it is kind of pocketed a little bit there by Seattle's right back there, Costa Rienzi. And this is actually Costa Rienzi now, just giving away the ball to Atleti. Here's a good chance for Atleti now. Koke, with a lot of options. He passes out to the right side here, where Laurent overlaps. And that's a cross coming by Laurent, and it's caught by Frey. Brilliant little header there. I think that's by Barrios. Could be, or Soloth. I can't really see. Simeone probably went crazy after the game against PSG. Yes, exactly. I think he's really mad that his players, weren't showing all 100% in that game. I definitely saw it. I mean, he did say afterwards a little bit of the referee controversy, but his players were not giving 100% in that game for sure against PSG. I could see it in them. And, yeah, definitely he's going to be mad at them. And welcome to the stream as well, by the way, Butlo Miege. Hopefully I said your name right. Sorry if I didn't, but welcome. Hope you're having a nice day so far, or evening. Going to be a throw-in for Seattle here on the side. Looks like it will be Costa Rienzi taking. I do have an Atleti kit. However, I'm not going to wear it because I don't want to support Atleti as a Real Madrid fan, unfortunately, for them. And, well, fortunately, I guess the Atleti fans wouldn't want me anyway. Seattle here on the side. now to number 18, 19, Musavitsky. And welcome, Zothriella. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. And Seattle, really a possessive-based team. I really actually am confident in them maybe actually scoring against Atleti, especially since they weren't on form in that PSG game. Seattle do, show the quality required to score compared to some of the other MLS clubs that we've seen. And yeah, Speedy is sleeping in the back. If you don't know, Speedy is my dog there. And yeah, she's sleeping in the back right there. And Atleti just clearing the ball down the field there, out for a throw-in again for Seattle. And it's going to be Rienzi taking it once again. Again, Seattle very attacking, possession-based style of play. Definitely unexpected from me when I first watched them, but yeah, that Botafogo game really revealed their sort of play style here. Alvarez winning the ball down the field here. This could be a goal for Alvarez, but yes, Frey does collect that nicely and easily. Frey throws out to the left side here, and it's going to be now with the ball. Baker Whiting, just over to Bell. Back to Frey. And that's a long ball by Frey, trying to find Roldan. It's just lost by Roldan. It's actually a touch, but then he loses it. And now it's back with Atleti in the possession. This is Simeone on the side here. His kid. Cross coming in. Sorloth just missing the header there. And it's gone back out to Seattle, trying to get rid of the ball, really, out of the defensive half. And they have done a little bit of a one-touch play there, and it's just intercepted. Nice and easily by Barrios. Now this is Barrios with the ball. And is Antoine, I'm assuming Antoine Griezmann, and Griezmann is not playing this game today. At the moment, I think he's a substitute. We'll have a look here for you. And it looks, yes, Griezmann is a substitute. Unless you're talking about another player, Anthony, which, again, I'll check on both teams. I'm just guessing it's a spelling mistake. Sorry if I'm misinterpreting Harvey. But yeah, it looks like, yeah, you're talking about Griezmann, I think. Okay, back to the commentation here. Yeah, no, it's Griezmann, sorry. Yeah, I saw the mistake there in the spell. I was sorry, it's my bad for thinking otherwise, but yeah. Now it's going to be I think this is a free kick here for Atleti, and it's just won there nicely by, I think this is, yeah, Galan just winning that free kick. Sorry, it's actually not, it's Barrios. Thought that was Galan for a second, no. Barrios is actually out on the left side here. It's sort to be playing, overlapping with Koke. Koke is staying on the left side, but yeah, Barrios is going to be, moving around with Koke, repositioning, and all that good stuff to really, try and find spaces between Seattle's defense. No, Griezmann was not that bad. Yeah, I know. Griezmann definitely wasn't bad as well in the PSG match. I feel like, though, that they're going to just try out Sorloth because he is in scoring form, especially in the latter half of Atleti's season. And here's a chance here. Oh, that is just cleared away. Almost the ball went to the path of Simeone, but it didn't. Now this is with the ball. I think that's De Paul. Yes, De Paul gives a nice cross. It's just now Atleti's possession again. There's a little scramble in the box there. And there's a shot by De Paul, just rocketed back by a deflection. And now it's back with Koke, just passing out to the side here. Simeone and gives a cross. And that's Sorloth just reaching for the header there. And Atleti still have the ball. Still hasn't gone out yet. This is Atletico just playing here. Now De Paul. De Paul might take a shot here. No, he passes in Sorloth. And now here's a chance. Here's a chance. Here's a goal. And Alvarez just misses. He misses a tap-in. Alvarez missing a tap-in. And that is still going to be 0-0. Seattle are so lucky that didn't go in there. They are actually insanely lucky. You think Juventus would do well in this tournament? Yes, when I was analysing the Juventus versus Align game live, I saw, Juventus, brilliant structure, brilliant team play. Conceição, a brilliant player as well for Portugal, first of all. Then Kolo Muani with the, the headers, the crosses. Yeah, Alvarez is great. He just had a little bit of an unlucky shot there, really. Just trying to curl it fully around Frey just to prevent, 100% chance of saving. But yeah, that just scraped past the post. That was very close. But yeah, Atleti so far look very dominant in this game. But I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle maybe got one goal, just because we know that Atleti over, 90 minutes, they start to break down defensively. This is actually a chance for Atleti right now here. They are on a counter-attack. This is a shot by number 8, and that goes in for a goal. It's a brilliant shot there by Atletico's number 8, Barrios there. Brilliant shot, and it's a goal. Just ricochets off the crossbar 2 times as it bounces in. Brilliant. Atleti 1, Seattle 0. And yeah, honestly, Atletico, I wouldn't be surprised getting a couple here against Seattle. Though, of course, Seattle are very, defensively sound. They have been against Botafogo. They did concede 2, but they were, actually doing a pretty good job. I didn't expect it again from an MLS club, but they actually did disprove me. And without Alvarez, Atletico got nothing, yeah. Especially Alvarez is definitely almost a crucial piece to Atletico's puzzle now. He is, the striker, the next generation for Atletico. And yeah, definitely Inzaghi for Al Hilal was brilliant. Of course, I myself actually live in Saudi, so I get to watch all the SPL teams, follow Al Nassr. But I'm actually proud that Al Hilal did do SPL football. A little bit proud, though a Real Madrid supporter, a little bit disappointed. Yeah, he definitely showed why he dominated the Serie A yesterday, exactly. But, that's actually Al Hilal's classic play style as well. We did see a little bit of slight shift. We saw Cancelo almost playing as a Denzel Dumfries replacement for Inzaghi, bringing up to the right wing position, overlapping. Hilal not really playing with any wingers there except for Cancelo. But yeah, definitely I've seen Al Hilal's play style. It's definitely improved because this season they were sort of dropped off. They came second in the league. But yeah, last season under Jorge Jesus, though, they did get an unbeaten season. So it's definitely about, a combination of unluck with sort of injuries. Jorge Jesus sort of repeating the same tactics that were pretty analytically easy to solve after a while. But yeah, definitely Inzaghi's going to provide a new spin to their game. And believe so, 2 UCL finals, exactly. And that's what Inter fans don't really fully, conceptualize that. He got them to 2 UCL finals as a coach under Inter, and that's something respectable, really. And here's a cross trying to find Sorloth there, and it's actually going to be a nice cleanup by Seattle now on this right side here. It is, I think, Cosa Rienzi. Yeah, Conte, exactly. We'll see what Inter does under Conte. I'm not too sure how his play style shapes up to be. I haven't really watched much games with him as a coach for a team, so I don't really know too much about him, but of course it'll be interesting. Inter actually in a bit of trouble with their group. They did draw to Monterrey, and Monterrey, for me, personally, could be a dark horse in this tournament, along with Sundowns FC. We've seen them live. They were both brilliant. Ramos scoring, but not just that. Monterrey's defense was basically smooth. It was literally insane how good their defense was. They did get a goal conceded. That was obviously a little bit of a difficulty, especially in the first half. Free kick, nice chip over that was by Inter to score, and then Lautaro just tapping it in. But, Inter definitely in a little bit of trouble here, not getting that win. Yeah, Napoli under Conte, sorry. My bad. I don't know too much about Serie A, so I could be misplaced with that. Sorry, Bartolomeusz. Yeah. This is Alvarez now with the ball. My main leagues of expertise really are Premier League, La Liga, and Saudi Pro League. They're my 3 sort of expertise areas in leagues. I do know a tiny bit about MLS. I know a tiny bit about the Turkish Super League and also Ligue 1, but yeah, and then also Champions League, the cup competitions I'm good with. I do know that Napoli, with, of course, Scott McTominay, they're getting Kevin De Bruyne now. They look like a deadly team. I might have to start watching them. If you guys think so, they definitely seem, like a team in contention for a second title in a row next season. Definitely I don't see Inter in any sort of good shape, especially from that Monterrey match. We could see, a shift in perspective from their next match, but yeah, it just does seem pretty poor from Inter so far, especially after that Champions League final loss. And this is a long ball from a shot there, actually. from Sorloth. It was a long ball initially, though, by Rodrigo de Paul. Just Sorloth missing that shot there. It was pretty easy to fire, but yeah, he did indeed miss from about 2 meters out from goal. Now Frey with the ball. By the way, guys, if you enjoy the commentation, consider smashing like and subscribe. But yeah, that's only if you enjoy, you know. I try and do my best with these. All the Club World Cup games are being covered here. This is now Frey passing out to Reagan. Now to Vargas. And it's a free kick for Seattle. Just a little bit of a foul there by Barrios, it looks like. Just have a look at Sorloth's chance again. Yeah, he should have really scored that one. That was so close. Real yesterday was so unlikely. Still expect more from them. Yeah, exactly. Real Madrid, I thought under Xabi Alonso they would really get, you know, a pretty smooth win, especially with the new signings, Trent. But it just turned into the same thing. You know, we saw time and time again, Vasquez coming on as a right-back substitute. Tchouaméni playing in centre-back. I thought we could get past this. You know, Trent playing the full game would have been ideal for me. Also, I feel like Xabi's starting lineup was a bit poor. I have said this in previous streams. I do think it should have been Vinny striker, left wing Rodrigo, right wing Ardagula. I think Ardagula provided, you know, the most chances for Real Madrid when he came on in the second half. But yeah, hopefully Xabi Alonso will change the lineup for against Pachuca and Salzburg. Mbappe was also injured, of course, with gastrointestinal injuries. But he should be back. This is Seattle just missing almost an open goal there. Oblak, just brilliant sort of play from him to shield the goal. And it looks like it's going to be a corner for Seattle. That is unexpected. Seattle almost scoring. The coach not even watching that one because he was so surprised that that did not go in. This is an open chance for Seattle. They really should have fired that one in. That was not great from Seattle's number 19, Musovski. Yeah, Cruz was the biggest loss to Real Madrid. And in my opinion, he actually might have been running the team for the last couple of years, just silently, you know. This is a cross coming in from Rusnak, just a deep corner, really. And then this is a nice little play by Seattle, just to be cleared away by Atleti. Seattle win back possession. This is now on the right side here, sorry, Rusnak. Bellingham needs to step up, yeah, exactly. I feel like this season he hasn't been very good. This season especially. Last season he was great. This season he was not good at all. Definitely not his former self. This is Seattle again with the ball, just winning a free kick outside the box. Almost a penalty. Seattle are saying this was a penalty here. The referee might have a look at it, but as it stands, you know, it seems like it's going to be a free kick. Rosrock just pushed down, and we're going to have a look here. Is this going to be a penalty? Yeah, it's outside the box free kick. Free kick for Seattle FC. And yeah, especially though, again, coming from, you know, Real Madrid supporter here, I feel like that the biggest loss was actually playing, even though he got voted player of the match, I don't think Gonzalo was fit to play the full 90. I do think they should have, again, that my lineup formation for the attack would have probably been more ideal with Ardagula starting, because we would have had more link up, more crosses. Vinny playing striker, I think might be better than left wing. I think maybe this season we can even try out something like Vinny striker and Mbappe left wing, because we haven't tried that out before. We keep playing Vinny left wing, but it's almost like he's starting to lose form on that left side. Maybe he needs to play striker for a bit of a change. I don't know. This is Seattle free kick coming in, and it's just headed away by Atleti, and it's coming just outside the box. Seattle win the ball again, and this could be another chance for them. Crossed, and it's going to be a Seattle Sounders throw-in. Quick throw taken by Roldan. And he's told to actually re-throw by the referee. It looks like that Seattle are going to throw this deep into the box here. It's going to be a deep throw, I can already tell. Yep, deep throw by Costa Rienzi. And it actually just misses the head of the Seattle player. Again, cleared by Atleti. But Seattle on another attack. If Inter lose to Seattle, not Inter, Atleti lose to Seattle, this is going to be a big loss for them, I feel like. Definitely going to be demoralizing, I feel. It's going to really cause Simeone to really think about his team, especially going to the next La Liga season, who they really need. I think Andy Robertson would be ideal for them to get, especially on that left side here, because that's where most of the chances are coming from, Seattle's right or Atleti's left. and is Messi's career goal in Club World Cup is 6th or 7th. I think it's his 6th. He needs one more, I think, to equalise with Ronaldo, and then one more to overtake Ronaldo's record. Unfortunately, of course, nothing to take away from Messi's beautiful free kick, by the way. That was a golazo from him. But yeah, the Club World Cup's changing format is going to make Ronaldo's previous score, easily to be removed from the total. So yeah, unfortunate for Ronaldo, but beautiful free kick from Messi. Beautiful. Beautiful from Messi. Honestly, that was an outstanding free kick. Inter Miami really deserved to win, coming from a Ronaldo fan. And yeah, it was great play. So, desired to win by Inter Miami. Porto did not show that in that game. Deserved loss by Porto. They were really not, it in that game. They were not showing any desire, and Inter Miami really, having that and, in the end winning the game there. A goal by, I think, I forgot who it was. The other guy, number 8 for Inter Miami, and then, of course, Messi scoring. It was like Savinga or something. Real goal was lucky. Ball hit other leg after shot. Yeah. I actually think that Al Hilal were unlucky not to win against Real Madrid, especially Al Hilal's chances with Salam Al Dothri and, of course, Renan Lodi. They were both very dangerous on the left side for Real Madrid, and that's sort of where Trent's playing. Now, I do think that Trent is a bit of a hindrance to Real Madrid at the moment. I do want Dani Carvajal still to come back and play right back, because Trent keeps inverting into the midfield, and it's sort of, leaving the whole side of the field open where the right side is, and that's what we had with Lucas Vazquez. So I don't know how Real Madrid didn't learn their lesson there. Xabi Alonso really just playing Don Carlo's tactics once again. I mean, no offense to Don Carlo, of course, he is a brilliant coach, but the tactics weren't working anymore. Time to move on, of course. And yeah, I do think hopefully that Real Madrid can get Dani Carvajal back as soon as possible, because he is vital in that right back position. Trent could even play like a right wing back alongside Carvajal as a right back, and sort of have Carvajal fill in the right back slot. Trent moves upfield and then inverts, and I think that would be really helpful, especially on the goal side. I feel like that Real Madrid actually should line up, with the same formation. If you check Al Ahly Egypt's formation from this tournament, their previous game, that should be Real Madrid's formation, I think, going into their next match, because it definitely will be a pretty suiting formation for them, where we can play, a real right back along with a inverting right back and also a false right wing. And how Seattle get ticket to that tournament? They won from a qualifier. I think they won from qualification through some sort of tournament, some MLS Cup. Same with LAFC, they won through a tournament. I have no idea how Inter Miami got in. Sorry, guys. I know Supporters Shield, but I do think that LA Galaxy should have been there as the winners of the MLS. Whereas Inter Miami did win the conference side, so I can get why they got in. But yeah, I mean, LA Galaxy, at least they're not in because they've got bigger problems to worry about. They have way bigger problems to worry about. I think it's more on also a marketing perspective, having at least one of the GOATs in the game play in this tournament, Because if it wasn't Ronaldo, Messi weren't in there, maybe a slight drop in viewership, especially in the USA, where it's not really a majority football country. It's more of an NFL country, and basketball and baseball. But yeah, Seattle are actually playing good. Again, one of the better MLS clubs I've actually witnessed here. Definitely good football from them. They're doing good against Atleti. Better than I would have expected from this tournament. They did good against Botafogo as well. They did score. It was a 2-1 loss, but still definitely better than what I expected. Alvarez now. And this is De Paul just playing, and it's nice and cleaned up by Seattle. Players are tired after season nationals, and it's very hot. Yeah, exactly. That's why maybe the Club World Cup should have been delayed till July as more of a pre-season rather than this season's tournament. Because I know in July it's going to be a bit hotter, but at least then the players won't be tired. They'll have a break through the holiday. But also, that's why as well in the Real Madrid game, I really think that Hilal had a little bit of advantage there. Of course, playing in Saudi heat, which is extremely hot compared to, US heat. You got, right now for me, for example, it's 1 in the morning. I'll tell you the temperature. Right now it's 34 degrees Celsius where I am, and 1 in the morning. The high of the day was 45 Celsius as a high today. Not even the hottest. We're not even in the hottest month yet. This is just base temperature, Standard temp. And now this is Alvarez just passing a nice through ball. This is Sorloth. Here's a chance. And it has to be a goal. There is no way. He just shot that into fray there. I can't believe Sorloth actually missed that opportunity there. That was really poor from him. He should have really took that chance and scored. But no, he didn't in the end. He did end up missing a vital chance, really, to put Atleti 2 goals in front. Just like how before we had that miss from, I think it was Barrios. Though Barrios did score, of course, again in redemption. Into Miami, got a ticket from President of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, yeah. But yeah, again, I see it from the marketing perspective. No hate, of course, towards Inter Miami and that, because they deserve that win against Porto, for example. They definitely are showing levels to some of the European teams. I do wish that the winner of the SPL, Al Ittihad, was here instead of maybe, you know, even Al Ain from UAE. Maybe the Middle East slot should have been given to them, because they did end up winning the league 2 years out of 3, and they also were performing well in the Champions League. Also, Al Ahly Saudi got the Champions League win this season, so again, they're not in it. Napoli's not in it. Liverpool's not in it. Sporting's not in it. But, of course, these are all, you know, things that could be ironed out in the future, though I don't really think that the tournament selection process is the best it can be, you know. Definitely should be better tournament selection process. This is now Seattle on the left side, Rothrock. And that should be a foul. It's going to be a free kick for Seattle. And Atleti can't believe that this is a free kick here. It clearly is. Don't know what they're complaining about, but it is clearly a free kick. Rothrock is pushed straight down here. Let's have a look. Okay, maybe that's a little bit weak. Now, looking back at it, from that angle at least. We can't really see the other angle, but it is Seattle Sounders free kick here. Infantino in attendance for this game here. Gianni. He's there with the club president of Seattle Sounders. Wait, 45? Wait, am I missing something? This is going to be, it looks like, Rosnak taking. So far, it's almost 30 minutes into this game. 1/3 through the game almost here. Rosnak will be taking this free kick, it looks like here. Okay, Rosnak takes a shot, and that is so close to going in. That's going to be, it looks like maybe a corner. It actually hits one of the Atleti players' heads here. I think that is Barrios down on the ground. Yeah, that is a good header by Barrios, but I think the shot, you know, that was going in if Barrios didn't head that one, so good by him. It's going to be a corner for Seattle Sounders. This is going to be their 3rd corner of the game. This is a game in the same venue in Seattle. I think this is Lumen Field. I don't remember if that's Seattle Stadium. I think it is. There are a lot of Seattle fans actually here, so props to them for supporting their team. Definitely one of the most supported MLS teams I've seen so far. And Seattle do a throw-in. It's actually a throw-in there. A long-range one, though. And Seattle still with the ball. There is a chance for it to be a... There. Just caught by Oblak. I was going to say there's a chance for it to be a goal if Oblak didn't run out, and he does do so. 30th minute now. You guys can research if it's Lumen Field, if Seattle's stadium. I think it is. Next match as well, coming up here, is going to be, of course, the 4 AM game, PSG versus Botafogo, which we will be streaming live on the channel. So if you enjoy this sort of commentary, and we are streaming every single Club World Cup game, you know, like up. Oh, you mean degrees, okay. Like up and sub up, guys. But otherwise, yeah, 45 degrees is, yeah, huge temperature. Not even the hottest. It's one of the hottest, but not really. It's been up to 50, 55 here before, but that's about as hot as it gets. 55 is really rare, but 50 isn't as rare anymore. Yeah, no problem, Bartolomej. I understand you guys. Yeah, I respond to all the messages, so it's all good, regardless how long they get. And this is now with the ball, Koke, just bringing out to the right side, Laurent just bringing the ball downfield here. Simeone to his right. passes to Simeone, just back here. Now this is a cross coming in far by Atleti. That is not a good cross, and now Frey's going to have a goal kick. That was not a good cross at all by Rodrigo de Paul. Just going absolutely nowhere. Simeone is telling his players to calm down a bit because that is a bit of an ambitious effort there. And Seattle lost first game. Yeah, but I will say, again, they played brilliant football. They actually played football I didn't really see from any MLS club before. So, again, surprises every day in this Club World Cup. And hi, Nerosion, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, so hopefully Seattle, they got nothing to lose. So really any ambitions from Seattle can be taken because they need to win a game here if they want any chance to get into the round of 16. Who do I want to win the Ballon d'Or? Well, mine's a bit of a controversial take, okay? I think defenders don't get enough credit for their Ballon d'Or efforts. Like, for example, Virgil van Dijk missing out. That's probably the closest we've got to a defender in recent times trying to win the Ballon d'Or. But yeah, I feel like that Nuno Mendes has been excellent the whole season. No one interesting. I do think Nuno Mendes was the most interesting player this season. Definitely for me, at least as a left back, the amount he scores, the amount he assists, the amount he plays, the ball upfield. He was crucial to Portugal in the Nations League. Hence, he won the player of the tournament for a country competition there, a nation competition. He won, the Champions League. Yeah, Dembele, I originally had as my pick. But however, I feel like that Nuno Mendes has kind of gone underrated for being, a left back. As a left back, he is doing everything he can. You could say Dembele, Yamal, but for me personally, I would say Nuno Mendes. He has literally won everything possible. He won, the Champions League, Ligue 1. He won the treble, and he also won the national competition. What more is there to win? And player of the tournament in the national competition, there's a shot by Seattle Sounders, and that's going to be a corner for them again. Yeah, Dembele also definitely up there as well. What do you think the score will be for this match? I think, just the way Seattle are moving here, this could be a 2-1 really for Atleti. Seattle 1 goal. I don't think Atleti will lose, at least not yet at this moment. But yeah, I can see Seattle scoring. I don't think Atleti will score that much, to be honest, because they are not looking on form this season. In this competition particularly. And also at the end of the season, they started to fall apart a little bit. But yeah, this game is looking like Seattle will score more and more. Here's Seattle with the ball again. I mean, their corner was initially cleared. Here's a chance. And Seattle, number 7, shoots, and that is just over there. He really should have shot that one a little bit better there, Roldan. But yeah, he takes it a little bit too hard. He pocketed Salah, Yamal, and other great forwards. Yeah, crucial parts PSG treble, crucial parts of the Nations League, scoring in the final, player of the tournament. He didn't win Champions League player of the tournament, of course. That was Dembele and Doué for young player. But, he was crucial in those games. He scored in the pen shootout for Portugal as well. That insane banger that he scored. He scored against PSG. Not against PSG, against Liverpool in the pen shootout for the round of 16. He, pocketed Salah. He also did amazing against Saka. He didn't really let Saka speak too much in that game as well. But, yeah, genuinely, Nuno Mendes for me, Ballon d'Or winner. We'll actually probably stream the Ballon d'Or giveaway live as well when they do that. Lots of football content coming up on the channel. But, yeah, I just try and do anything really that I find interesting. Games, football, IRL, cooking, walking my dog, just anything. This is going to be a throw-in for Atleti. And now it is going to be just passed back there by Gallen all the way to Lenormand. Rafinha. Yeah, also Rafinha, definitely has been good. But I do think, again, Nuno Mendes very severely underrated. I don't think he'll win just because they mainly pick attackers. But, yeah, he is severely underrated. There's a shot by Atleti from the cross there. Simeone just trying that one, and Frey does win a goal kick. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Dembele scored. He was brilliant in the second half of the season. Final, he didn't really have too much of an impact. He got injured in the Nations League as well, but I do think he's been exceptional. I don't think he just runs, but he is very exceptional. As a Sounders fan, I'm so happy and proud of us for doing as well as we are. Yeah, I know, Hyonk, they've been amazing. I'm so surprised, especially in that Botafogo match when they scored. Their gameplay now, even though Atleti's winning, they look like they want to win this game. And that's why I got to say, Seattle Sounders, to me, best MLS team in this tournament so far. I went to the Botafogo game and got to say, yeah, you should have. I did actually admit that on the stream, I think, where Seattle should have won near the end there because they got a goal back. So many chances at the very end. The halftime talk by the manager must have been brilliant because all the players truly inspired to win the game. And yeah, Nuno Mendes, where he plays position, he's a left back for Portugal. You should search it up definitely. He is the most crucial player, in my opinion, on Portugal's current team, besides, of course, Cristiano. That's a little bit biased, but Nuno Mendes, one of the most crucial players for Portugal, crucial player for PSG, left back. That's why he is underrated for the Ballon d'Or, because he is a left back. This looks like it could be a penalty, actually, for Atleti now, unfortunately, for you, Hyonk, and the supporters of Seattle. This looks like it might be a penalty here. And, yeah, this is going to be, yeah, it's a penalty. Alvarez is going to be taking. Yeah, unfortunately. But, this happens in football. Definitely, Seattle have been looking dangerous. I wouldn't expect them, of course, to, I mean, it really can go anyway. Seattle could still manage to get a couple of goals back here because they have been looking deadly. They've had the most possession and attacks in this half. Frey is the best keeper in MLS history. Yeah, so we'll see. Alvarez versus Frey. Here we go. Is this going to be a goal for Atleti or will Frey deny? We've already seen 2 penalty saves in this tournament. Will Frey be the third saver? Who do I want to win? I'm neutral, but I'm a Real Madrid supporter, so maybe more Seattle. Just to, for the Real Madrid roots. But I try and commentate neutrally so I don't deter both sets of fans, Yeah. 1-0 after 30 minutes means everything can happen. But Alvarez ego, don't let them to lose. Yeah. Well, we'll see here if Alvarez will score 1-0 after 37 minutes, against, of course, Atleti is a major achievement for Seattle, especially since Atleti is such a highly good squad, And here we go. Seattle not having, too many internationally well-known stars. But, yeah, definitely playing really well. So let's see. There's a VAR check. Maybe the penalty will be denied. What? I've never seen this before. The penalty's all set up, and then the referee's gone back to VAR. Okay. That is weird. The referee is checking VAR here for this penalty. I don't know why it's been given and then it's now being checked now. That's a little bit weird. Or it might not actually be a pen here. It might not actually be a penalty. I think this is from a new angle. It's from a goal side angle here. It looks like this one isn't going to be a pen. It looks like the point of contact's actually a free kick position. Hope Bayern do better than UCL after smashing some team in the first round. Yeah, rest in peace, Auckland City. But... yeah, Bayern should do better. Their team's looking good, especially Don Hunter as their new signing and into centre-back position. Do I think it's a pen? I don't actually think so. The point of contact's outside the box. So it should be a free kick here. We're going to hear what he chooses anyway, the referee. I don't have audio, so I can't hear the announcement, but we'll see what his hand action is. He is checked, and it is going to be a penalty, it looks like. No penalty, no penalty. No penalty, guys. It is no penalty there. Simeone can't believe it. It's going to be a free kick, I think. The Seattle fans in the crowd are absolutely clapping for that decision there. I love that jersey, by the way, the Xbox sponsor as well. W's in the chat, guys, for Seattle there. That's amazing. I can't believe I've actually never seen that before. A referee come back after the penalty's been given and then go back and reverse it. It's going to be a drop ball for Frey. It's not even going to be a free kick. W referee decision. I thought maybe you give free kick was point of contact outside the box, but actually it looks like that there's no real contact there on the Seattle player. And now Frey doesn't have to save a pen. Here we go, Frey now with the ball. I can't believe that. That is actually insanity. Wow. Seattle not got a penalty against them there, and it's still going to be 1-0 after 40 minutes. And what I can say is that is amazing for that squad there. And PSG, Juventus, maybe Bayern and Real, like always in the game. Yeah, definitely. I can see all of those teams moving in, you know, to the quarters. Real Madrid needs to step up, though. Mbappe needs to get back soon because they don't look very good on the attack without him. Also play Arda Güler from now on, please, Xabi Alonso. I hope he understands. Because Arda Güler, so many Turkish fans have been saying, and now, you know, most of the Real Madrid fan base is saying, because that guy is insanely good. Really create all the chances in that second half. But here we go. Back to this game here. We have Barrios on the ball. Just pass it out to the side here. It's now Laurent. And it's going to be a Seattle throw, and Laurent doesn't touch that well. 40th minute here. And that's a throwback nice and easily to Baker Whiting. And it's going to be a pass over to the left side here. Costa Rienzi. Just leave my dog outside, guys. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, yeah. Cam back. Sorry about that little delay. And now it's going to be a free kick for Seattle, just as I come back here. That why they on microphone for such a long time. Pen or not? Who bet 10 mil? I didn't bet anything. I don't bet on games, just commentating, you know. But yeah, it's going to be a yellow card there, I think, for De Paul. Yeah, that's a yellow. That's a yellow. Steps on the back of him. Not great from Rodrigo De Paul. Not great at all. And this is going over to the left side here. It's now Baker Whiting with the ball. Do you think Bayern disrespect Auckland? No, I actually think they respected them more by scoring that many compared to disrespect. And to me, I see it this way. So Auckland had the chance to play with the world-class players. And even their goalkeeper said this, Tracy, after the game, that he was just happy to play with players like, you know, Jonathan Tah, his idol Neuer, you know, Harry Kane, Olise, all of these types of players. You know, if Bayern came in with the C team rocking up there or subbing off the whole team in the for the second half, I think that would be utter disrespectful to Auckland City. I do think that it's showing that they're easy team. You know, they don't even need to try against them. And to me, playing the A team, actually trying your heart out against, you know, a semi-pro team is definitely more respectful to me, at least. It seems that way. US is all about show. 2-0 on the gem is over for Seattle. That will cut their wings. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if it goes 2-0, I do think Seattle will have a hard time coming back to a win because they need a win here. They definitely don't want to get a draw. They need definitely a win, but 1-0 at the moment is what they need to sort of get back into this game. Let's just hope it doesn't get out of hand. Seattle can really handle defensively, you know, a team like Atleti. And it's going to be played down the left wing here for Seattle Sounders. There's actually a double player collision. Both of the Seattle players collide there. And it's now Atletico's ball on the right side. It's getting a little bit pressed by Roldan. And it looks like that Simeone is going to pass over to the side here. Seattle actually get possession, but it's retained now by Gallon. Gallon here. Cuts back. Gallon passes through. This is now Barrios. Barrios getting ready to pass back to Gallon. We could see a cross coming here any minute now. Julian Alvarez. Bayern played Müller last competition, I believe. He wants to make a history like other big clubs. One record is on ready 10-0. Hopefully Bayern can do it for Thomas Müller. And if they can't, first of all, I hope that Real Madrid can do it for Luka Modric and Lucas Vazquez. But if they can't, hopefully Bayern can do it for Thomas, because I respect Thomas greatly. Thomas Müller, honestly, it's sad that he's leaving Bayern. Hopefully he goes to, you know, not saying any club, but hope he comes with the GOAT for me. And yeah, Thomas Müller, definitely a very personality-based character, you know. He's very, you know, lively, happy, and I think he could really boost morale in my team anyway. And this is now back to Lenormand. Jimenez. Cross coming down the field here to the right side. Simeone. And now it's back to Laurent. Jimenez again. Atleti just slowing down the tempo of this game. It was getting a bit out of hand there for a little bit. But yeah, they've definitely slowed down the tempo. And they're sort of just starting to bring this up nice and easily. This is now Jimenez. And he has lost the ball. Sorry, Gallon, my bad. Gallon. I was going to say Gallon, and then my mouth produced the sound Jimenez. And there's going to be a free kick for Atleti, conceded by number 10 for Seattle, De La Vega. Let's have a look here. Yeah, there's a free kick, unfortunately. By guys who is halftime football player. It's a bit low, too, for the tournament like that. Yeah, I feel like, as well, one thing I don't really agree with the Club World Cup, I do like the tournament idea. I think it's good to, give platforms to the clubs that aren't internationally spotlighted, which is majority of the non-European clubs. But I feel like that the one bad thing is the voting of the player of the match by fans. I don't think that's really a good idea because it's not actually giving it to the actual player of the match. For example, Kobel robbed in the Dortmund game. We had a couple of other different mismatches there where it should have been the goalkeeper really winning the player of the match. But yeah, it ended up not being so. Even Esteval against Palmeiras versus Al Ahly, Egypt. Esteval did win player of the match, but I guess that's just because he's the most popular. He was good. No, getting me wrong there. He was amazing, Esteval. But I do think that it should have been awarded to someone who I think on that team got 2 assists. And that's out by Atleti. It's going to be a goal kick for Frey. Should be awarded to the player who, provide the most in the game, most goal contributions, the most setups, the most passes made, and that sort of stuff. Not to just the most popular on the team. And this is going to be a goal kick, yes, for Frey here. Let's see what he does with it. And he just kicks it down. Atleti do retain possession. This is Alvarez. Falling to the floor, but it's still not actually a foul there. It's Seattle's ball, so they continue. Whereas Guardiola wants Yamal in City. Yeah, so first of all, the only person to trust rumors from is Fabrizio Romano. Do not go to any other source, okay, guys? Fabrizio, cover everything. Live, here we go. His Instagram, his Twitter. He covers everything there. But Yamal has signed I think it's like a 10-year deal with Barca. He said he's never leaving the club, so I think that's a false deal there. Here is Seattle with the ball. It's Rosnak here. Rosnak just passing, trying to find there. I think that's Vargas. Takes a shot, and it's actually just wide. That is so close to a goal there. And that is a good shot, actually, by number 21 for Seattle, Baker Whiting. And that is, yeah, brilliant shot by Baker Whiting, actually. Just a nice skill as well. Initial setup there by Rosnak was brilliant. And then Baker Whiting, yeah, just taking a little bit of a wild attempt, but it's always good to try. Nothing on the line here for this game. And as it stands, it is halftime. It is 1-0 at Atletico Madrid to Seattle Sounders. Simeone is not going to be happy about this performance. Let's be honest here. Atleti fans aren't going to be happy that's 1-0 at halftime. But Seattle are looking to be a hard team to break down. I could actually see them coming back here, especially with the coach, especially in that last game against Botafogo. How he changed the tactics at halftime really presented, opportunities for Seattle to score, which they did. They capitalized on a goal scoring, and they ended up being the better team after full time. So I could see the same thing really happening to this team once again. The coach coming in, showing tactical, the differentials for Atleti to sort of get penetrated through. And I feel like especially Seattle's might make a couple of substitutions here. Mainly, I think Musovski will come off because he has a 5.8 rating on FootMob, but also he's been a little bit quiet this match. I'd bring on, a new attacker, maybe Ryan Kent. He was actually decent in the previous match. His skills really a highlight of that match for me. So I could see Ryan Kent coming on, maybe put Rosnak as the striker, Kent as a left wing, Rothrock as a cam. Don't know what you guys think about the first half so far. Yeah, you can give your thoughts in the chat. I'll read them out, and I'll have my own spin on them. But we'll read out the statistics while we wait. So, Atleti have 65% possession. That's after the full half. And Seattle have 35%. Atleti had 2.11 expected goals, 10 shots, 3 on target, 3 big chances, and 3 big chances missed. Seattle Sounders had 35% possession, of course, 0.5 expected goals, 7 shots, 1 on target, 1 big chance, and 1 big chance missed. In terms of accurate passes, Atletico had 265, 89% accuracy, and Seattle had 121 with 78% accuracy. 3 fouls committed by Seattle, whereas 6 by Atleti, and 1 corner both for each team there. Though I do think that's slightly a false stat. Definitely not been 1 corner for Seattle. I think there was like 4 or 3 corners there. That's a little bit false there for that statistic. But unless they're actually long throw-ins, my bad. That is a correct statistic there. It is 1 corner, but the other ones, the throw-ins almost seem like corners at one point. That's how far they were being thrown. Atleti is winning the poll, 86%. Seattle Sounders 11%, 3% for a draw. A draw could be possible here, especially Atleti's form currently. But we'll have to wait and see to the next half. We'll actually get the timer up here to see how long to the next half. It'll be 11 minutes until the next half of football is played. So yeah, guys, drop your thoughts, drop your score predictions in the chat. I'll read them out. W's to everyone who's tuned in. Appreciate all the support from you guys, as always. And yeah, can't wait for this next half of football. Of course, the next game after this one, PSG versus Botafogo. PSG should get the W there and, be through to the next round, the round of 16. Which is going to be crazy, the round of 16. There is going to be a lot of heated matchups, I feel like, in that, because definitely a lot of quality teams will be getting through. Basically, all the good teams are going to be filtered through into that. And then that's where the real Club World Cup actually starts, where we have, insane teams versus insane teams. A lot of goals, I hope, not more of the nil-nillers that we've been seeing lately in some of these matches. But yeah, definitely the round of 16 is going to be a big one to watch out for. But yeah, waiting for the next half here. I'll actually put the timer up so we can see how long to the next half. You guys can see it here. So it's 10 minutes and 21 seconds actually. So I might put this one here. Counts down. 11 minutes. Let's go like this. Like that actually. Okay, there we go. There is a countdown to halftime now on the screen there, guys. Countdown to halftime on the screen. And while we wait, just sit here and wait for the next half. Yeah, and I'll read any comments you guys have. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just sit here and wait, to be honest. I'm up anyway, watching all the matches. But yeah, I'm getting enough sleep, luckily. Hopefully the next match isn't delayed. Hopefully this match isn't delayed. Because, yeah, when the matches are delayed, I've had no time to prepare in between both matches. But, yeah, I think this match isn't going to be delayed. The weather looks good. It's looking nice and sunny there. In this, I think it's Seattle's home stadium, right? Definitely, I think this is. Okay. Let's see as well. The highest rated player on the field for Atletico Madrid is going to be actually Barrios with the goal. Simeone is next with a 7.8 rating, followed by Sorlos 7.5. Most of Atleti's team actually has a green rating in this. For Seattle Sounders, there are no green ratings yet. We could see one when there's a goal, but currently the highest rated player is going to be the left back there, Baker Whiting there. Brilliant 6.7 rating. I do think Musovski will come off lowest rating 5.8 on the entire field. There's no other lower ratings than his. I do, expect him to come off, bring on Kent. I feel like for Atleti, Rodrigo de Paul will be coming off. I definitely can see that. Conor Gallagher coming on to replace him in the midfield. Riquelme is also a possibility for the midfield replacement. Sorloth I can see as well coming off maybe into the 70th minute. We can put Antoine Griezmann on the field. Reynaldo will probably be the ideal defensive replacement for Lenormand, who hasn't got that great of a rating this half so far yet. Definitely hasn't been that great in the defense, because that right side has been, the left side, but for Seattle, I think, no, the left side for Atleti, the right side for Seattle has been, very exposed at certain points. Lenormand actually has been rotating to the right side of Atleti's setup. But yeah, he has been leaving them exposed wherever he is. So I do expect Reynaldo to come on and replace him, maybe even at halftime. But I do think Rodrigo De Paul will be the first substitution for Conor Gallagher. Honestly, thoughts on Conor Gallagher is he doesn't get enough play time. I do think if he had more play time, he can develop more. At the moment, not getting enough. I do think that he is a good CM. A bit underrated for England, honestly. But I feel like, he needs some more game time to really show his worth there. Of course, he is a former player of Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace were interested in buying him again, but Atleti got in there and got him. How many matches has he played for La Liga this season? 32 matches, but he has been a substitute coming off the bench. Only got 3 goals, 3 assists for the 2024-25 season. And he mainly plays left mid, but he can play CM and DM, which, again, ideal for subbing off Rodrigo De Paul, because he almost sometimes plays that little DM position there with Koke. So, definitely that is going to be an ideal sub for Atleti. And as it stands, before the PSG-Botafogo game, PSG and Botafogo remain in second place here, with first and second with PSG +4 goal difference in first, and Botafogo in second with a +1 goal difference. Atleti is in third with equal points to Botafogo, but with a -3 goal difference, putting them in third. And then Seattle is last with 0 points, -2 goal difference. But that could all change in the second half, It's really about, can Atleti, hold on to this 1-0, because we haven't, again, seen them on full form yet. They haven't been great. This season, they haven't been great at this moment, at the end of this season, should I say. And it's carried over to Club World Cup. PSG's predictable lineup. Let's have a look at what predictable lineup they could line up with against Botafogo. So, of course, the Italian goalkeeper, Gianluigi Donnarumma, will probably be our goalie for there. Achraf Hakimi will be playing, definitely. Marquinhos playing. Nuno Mendes for sure playing. But we could see in the defense, instead Pacho, they might want to give him a rest. We could see Lucas Hernandez playing in the left centre-back position. Then from midfield, of course, Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, and Yael Neves doesn't really change, though sometimes we might see, the occasional instance of Fabian Ruiz being replaced by Warren Zaire-Emery, just to give him a little bit of a place there in the game. Hi, Phil. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a nice day. Just analysing what the possible lineup is for PSG versus Botafogo in the next game after this one. And then for the forwards, definitely Kvaratskhelia will be on. He is exceptional, Kvaratskhelia. Dembele is still injured, so we won't see him, but we'll see Désiré Doué, and we will also probably see Mbaye playing as a forward, give him a little bit of a chance to start. That's definitely a possibility, because PSG are strong, so they don't really need to, go all out in this game. They can, rotate some players on and save up. And your team won the FA Cup. That is Crystal Palace, correct, Phil? So that's a W. Every day since been buzzing. Yeah, that is insane. Yeah, Crystal Palace, I'm sure it was them, right? Just make sure. Unless it wasn't, it was Crystal Palace FA Cup. I'm for sure, right? Yeah, I think, Crystal Palace FA Cup. Yeah, that is insane, though. Crystal Palace team, definitely very good, I have to say. And they've been, honestly, amazing every time, that I see them in the Premier League season. Definitely a deserved FA Cup win, So W's to you, Phil, and your team. Totally deserved. Totally deserved, yes. The mighty Crystal Palace, they've been honestly epic, and I hope they can get a couple of new signings, like just based on, their layout, because they have, of course, Eze and Mateta in the forward line. if we have a look, yeah, they have Mateta, Esse, Nikedia. They also have, you know, the likes of Ben Chilwell, who's going to be, you know, epic for England in the future. I can see him. Also Eze in the midfield. And then we also got, you know, Lacroix in the defense. I think maybe they'll possibly need another forward. And yeah, first major trophy I did hear about. That's how I can remember. Otherwise, you know, my memory's so clogged with all the Club World Cup games that I'm getting a bit, you know, bit of dementia. But yeah, definitely Crystal Palace W, first major trophy, honestly. It's a big one too, FA Cup. And then also, of course, Newcastle with theirs as well. You know, honestly, this season has been the trophy drought ending season. Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Bologna, who else was it? Portugal. There's been a ton more as well. Can't really name them off the top of my head, all of them, but there has been a lot more. And need to keep the skeleton of the team. Yeah, exactly. I think don't change the Crystal Palace team for next season too much. Just maybe bring in a new player. Maybe to spice up the forward line, because then it will sort of boost up the attacking stats. Could also, you know, instead of that, completely scrap that idea that I said, and maybe bring in someone like a new defender to sort of spice up the defense. Because Guehi is excellent defense, by the way. I'm not sure about the others. Lacroix, I know, is good. Maybe bring in someone like an extra defender to come off of the bench. Yeah, year of the underdogs, insane. The players are now coming back out here for Atleti versus Seattle Sounders. The half will start in 1 minute and 15 seconds there. But yeah, W's Crystal Palace, honestly. I'm just happy that, you know, some teams that have never really won trophies before have had long trophy droughts getting the dubs. And yeah, honestly, it's a pretty insane year for football. Hopefully it can continue. Also PSG, that's what I'm forgetting. PSG Champions League. How could I forget that one? And also Chelsea Conference League. I mean, I wish Betis really got it, just to, you know, continue the trend. But yeah, Betis, the first Spanish team actually to be defeated in a cup final, in a European Cup final, should I say. Betis, first Spanish team in a long time. I think that is in a long time. Not ever. I don't think, anyway. You got Chadi Riyad coming back from injury. He'll be good. Yeah, Moroccans are ballers, exactly. You know, we've seen Hakimi, Rahimi for Al Ain. I mean, he hasn't been... he's in a bad team, but in the national team, he's good. Bunu, he's insane as a goalkeeper. Insane. Unfortunate that when Ronaldo plays against him for Al Nassr, you know, we have to deal with the likes of Bunu in the goal, especially for pen saves and stuff. He's real reason Hilal's won most of their trophies. But yeah, so many baller Moroccans. Nufian Amrabat, Sofian Amrabat. Yeah, just a ton. I think I'm missing one as well. It's like, who am I trying to think of? I'm trying to think. There's like this one other Moroccan on top of my head. I can't remember. But yeah, W's to all the Moroccan players, you know, that really shown quality. I do think they can go far in the next World Cup again. You know, extend what they started in the previous one, and showing their squad quality, you know. There's going to be a substitution here for Atletico Madrid, which is actually pretty surprising. I didn't expect them to make a sub, but they have done. Atleti are going to sub off Jimenez for Axel Witsel. He's coming on. And this is going to be sort of a key substitution in the, you know, defensive side. I actually believe Lenormand should have really come off instead of Jimenez. Rodrigo de Paul, surprised he's still playing. I did think he should have come off for, you know, Conor Gallagher. Give him a little bit more play time to work with the ball. But yeah, it is all good. Simeone seems to know a little bit of tactical awareness in this game. So we'll see. However, Atleti have started this game with the kickoff. And now it is going to be Axel with the ball. And this is going to be just pass now to Atleti trying to get through ball there. It's just going to be cleaned up by Frey, who just boots that down the field. Nice and easy clearance down there. And now it's back to Seattle, who just give it away. And now it's back for Atleti. Atleti here on the left side here. Baker Whiting just trying to play the initial ball. Now this is Rodrigo de Paul just playing out to the right side. This is Longley. Longley having a little bit of a one-touch play there with, I think that was Barrios, and that is going to go out for a corner, it looks like. Yes, a corner. Any predictions on what this game could go, guys? If you haven't dropped your prediction, drop them already, because this game is looking pretty exciting. One of the more exciting matches we've actually seen. A lot of attacking from this MLS side here, Seattle Sounders, and, of course, Atleti performing okay in this game. You know, Alvarez taking this corner. Alvarez gives a short corner here, and this is now De Paul. Alvarez. De Paul just over the side here. This is going to be on the volley here, and that is a goal. No, it's not. It's saved by Frey. Brilliant. And what has happened here? It's a goal. The camera didn't zoom in, and it's a goal for Atleti. Why did that not show on there the goal? The camera actually panned away from the goal, and then they just zoomed back in when they scored. Okay, I have no idea what just happened there, but yeah, there was a goal, and W's, El Iker for subscribing. No W's, thank you for subscribing, bro. Appreciate you so much. But that is amazing there, how they scored that one, Atleti. And you think it's going to be 5-0, Phil? You know, definitely possible, but Seattle have been, you know, kind of dominant in the first half. That is, yeah, they're just showing here how it went in. So actually, when it's shot on the volley there, Laurent, it hits the crossbar and bounces down and out. And then it's just a little bit of a tap cross over by, it looks like, yeah, it's going to be Letterman giving a tap cross. And then Axel Witsel scores. So he's come on and scored. That is amazing. That is amazing. He actually came on and scored there. So W's to Axel Witsel, really, for scoring up. And now it is Seattle trying to do a little bit of a quick play there, just caught by Juan Oblak. Not much of a real threat. Now thrown out here to Axel Witsel. Let's see what he will do with the ball. He just passes to Laurent on the right side here. Nice little ball to De Paul, who is now actually switched sides. He's now on the right mid position. Simeone is now on the left side. And this is going to be passed up to what looks like to be Galan. Cross coming in, and it's going to be Simeone receiving just a little bit of a touch there, and Frey catches. 2-0 Atleti. Definitely a good set of play from them there in that corner situation, really, to get that second goal and establish a dominant lead here. And this is kind of what Atleti needed coming off the back of that 4-0 loss. You know, a little bit of a dominant win. And, yeah, we'll see if they can get that. This is Seattle playing around the back now. Now with Seattle, this is Baker Whiting. Just plays back to Frey. And Frey passes out to what looks to be Cosa Rienzi. And that's just being played down by Vargas, it looks like, here. Just trying to find, you know, someone open for Seattle on the attack. And it's now here with Roldan. Now it's going to be Rothrock. Pass it back. Shot from long range, and it just goes over. Oh, the game clock, yes. Sorry. My bad. Here, I'll put it back. Sorry, guys. Again, I'm so sorry. I apologize deeply. Count up timer. Always making mistakes, aren't I? W's Nelson for reminding me. I'm so sorry, guys. At the 49th minute. 35 seconds through. There we go. At least it wasn't for, like, you know, 20 minutes. But yeah, we're all good now. Seattle on a little bit of a chance here, actually. This is Seattle in the box. Just giving a nice little chip over. This is a nice shot, and that's a goal for Seattle Sounders. It's 1 now for them, and it's 2-1 in total. Seattle actually get a goal there. Insanity. Insanity. And Rosnak is the one who delivers, and he just brought the ball back to the starting area so that it can be a quick play on by Atleti to try and get another goal back here. And this game is game on, you know? Just after saying Atletico need a dominant win, and they've just conceded here to Seattle Sounders. Again, brilliant play from them. And, yeah, Rosnak is just onside, it looks like. Yeah, and just taps it in, just past All Black. And that is a goal for Seattle Sounders, guys. What an insane match this has been so far. A goal fest, honestly. Hopefully we can get more. I really want some more goals. You know, we've had a long time of just nil-nillers in this tournament. Finally, a game where we're actually getting some substantial attacking football that are leading to results, you know. And this is Atletico now. This might have instilled a little bit of life back into this game for Seattle, really. Just bringing back some passion for them. This is going to be a Seattle throw-in. 50th minute. You know, so much time left for Seattle, really, to get 2 more goals to win this game, which is what they need. The draws are unacceptable in this tournament now. If Atleti and Seattle draw, it's over for them, basically. I mean, there's still one more round before, of course, the round of 16 teams are picked. But, of course, a draw would hinder their chances incredibly. Because even though if Botafogo lose to PSG, of course, that's going to make a very, very, you know, tense round 3 to see who gets through. But it really could be for anyone here. Seattle need this win, though, if they want to get through, because they're versing PSG next. And that is going to be a very difficult game. This is going to be a throw-in here for what looks like to be Atletico Madrid. In the defensive half, this is going to be Laurent taking the throw-in. Again, really should have thought that Conor Gallagher should have come on the midfield, but yeah, Atleti not making that sort of change yet. This is going to be cleared away, and it's going to be a Seattle throw-in. And superior player of the match has been started to vote. So if you guys want to vote for that, of course you can on FIFA.com/Potham. Vote for your favorite player. I'll put the site in the chat. I don't usually do this. I haven't done it yet for the other matches, but you know, let's make an effect here. Let's vote for an actual player that deserves it and not the most popular on the team. FIFA.com/Potham. You can copy that in and vote for the player of the match for this game, guys. And this is back to Juan Oblak. Under a lot of pressure, just passes out nice and easily to Axel Witsel, and it's just kicked out by Laurent. It's a Seattle throw-in, and it looks like Seattle's got a lot of motivation here. Atletico's counter-attacking team, much easier to score a goal from counter-attack than possessional. Yeah, exactly, and that's the problem here, because it looks like Seattle is not really, you know, they don't have possession much either in this game. They are a very possessional-based footballing team when we saw them against Botafogo, but it's almost like they've completely switched tactic here and are also playing counter-attack, which is not really helping both teams' arguments, you know, to score goals, because two counter-attacking teams is not going to really mean much, you know. They're both going to rely on the other team losing possession in the defense or, you know, from a breakaway. Both Atleti's goals have been, you know, from, not really from counter-attacks, more from play from a set piece. Emotional scored 3 teams with chance to promote. Yeah, draw would definitely be a tense round 3. You know, maybe best for the neutral fan. Otherwise, yeah, this is definitely a game on, though, for Seattle to get back into this. You know, they need one more goal. They're looking more dangerous at the moment at the start of this first half, this second half here for this game. Even though there was a goal conceded from a corner, they definitely do look a bit more dangerous on the regular basis of play, you know. De Paul, yeah, just wins a foul there for Atleti. There is a foul by Vargas, just pushing De Paul down. A little bit unnecessary. And here's another set piece for Atleti. And we know they can score from them. So will they score from this one? It looks like Rodrigo De Paul will be taking this free kick. And he just actually passes it nice and low to Axel Witsel. Now, De Paul. And cross comes in. It's going to be a throw-in for Atletico Madrid. W game, guys. Honestly, smash like for W games. Let's go. We love to see it, you know, in the Club World Cup. Actual good, you know, intense football matches. Been missing this lately, but here we go. Thrown by Atleti. It's a very long throw, and that's just cleared away by Seattle. However, Atleti have a chance to score, and it's a goal for Atletico Madrid. It's 3-1. Atleti back with the score there, and it looks like it is that Laurent with the goal? And he does the gritty when he scores as well. That is a goal for Atletico Madrid there. 3-1. Finally, we're getting some good stuff here. Cup, round 2. I also just realized that. Didn't say round 2 there. There we go. Let's have a look here. So, yeah, just bounces. And it's actually Barrios with the goal. Sorry, not Laurent. It's Barrios. Brilliant shot, actually, by him. And he's now got 2 goals. Probably going to be voted player of the match. You guys can vote him up with the FIFA.com/Possum website that I posted in the chat there. Atletico have to be one with control. They're much better on paper. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Them conceding to Seattle in itself is sort of a bit of a hindrance to, the squad actually showing displays here, because in reality, they're way better than Seattle in terms of players. So they really should be getting, a lot of goals here, but they're not at the moment really looking that dominant, and that's the problem that especially Simeone will have to analyze for the La Liga season coming up, because, Real Madrid and Barca are not like Seattle. They're definitely not like them. So they need to, Atleti really analyze their gameplay strategies and maybe change up some stuff. So I totally agree with you, Bartolo Miege. Yeah. Goal was good, yeah, exactly. Nice goal by Barrios on the volley. And this is Atleti just giving a free kick there. Just getting a free kick, should I say. Rothrock with a foul. And yeah, that's a bad foul by Rothrock. He just goes and shoves. I think that's Simeone in the head. So it's a little bit of an unnecessary foul. Axel Witsel will take this free kick here. Just passes it to Simeone there nice and quickly. And there's a ball coming in, but Seattle headed that way. It's now on the right side here. Now it is Atleti crossing in, and it's just cleared by Seattle there. Brilliant clearance by, I think that is going to be Bell there with a nice one just down the field to the halfway line. And Seattle received the ball again from a cross coming through by, I think that was Axel Witsel. And there is a free kick, it looks like, to Seattle, unless this is going to be played as a throw-in. I don't know. Yes, free kick. Free kick for Seattle. Just playing this around. This is now Royalton with the ball. Just passing back here. Now it is Rosnak over to the right side. And now Costa Rienzi. Vargas just trying to find someone open there. He finds De La Vega, sorry. And this is going to be now Roldan. Now onto this left side here is Rothrock. Cross coming in by Rothrock, and that is almost a goal for Seattle again. On the attack there. They almost make it back to a 1-0 deficit. But yeah, it is still the 2-0 deficit here. 3-1 still. That was very close. Run in there by De La Vega. Brilliant by him, really, to see the path of that run and that ball there. And now it's Atleti on bringing the ball out of the defense. And this is now Atleti on a very good counter-attack chance here. It looks like that Simeone will reach the ball here on the right side here. One player marking him. Just passes back. Laurent. Simeone. Back to De Paul. De Paul just tries to find, that is, Alvarez, but doesn't do so. And now this is Seattle on a counter chance. Seattle trying to play it through. And that is a nice through ball here. It looks like the striker is actually onside, but Oblak's going to go and retain that. The striker who was running towards that ball there, Musovski, was actually onside, so the linesman did not put the flag down. This is now Sorloth just kicks it off of Bell to be a Atleti throw-in. And there is going to be a substitution here. It is going to be Musovski, which we did predict will come off for Ferreira, for Seattle Sounders, and De La Vega also coming off here for, we're about to see who, Kent. So Kent is going to be making his return to the Club World Cup. Kent and Ferreira coming on. Definitely a good set of substitutions here because De La Vega and Musovski not really making that big of an impact. So let's have a look here what Atleti will do from this throw-in here. Just throw it deep there, Laurent, and it's still in the box. There's a bit of a tussle. There's a volley shot, and it hits off the crossbar there. Alvarez, what a shot that was. That could have been a golazo there, the goal of the tournament, right there in the flesh. Just hitting the crossbar, and it's nothing. Unfortunately, look at that brilliant shot there. Just hits the top right. It actually hits perfectly the top right meeting of the post and the crossbar. Unfortunate for Alvarez to not make this 4-1. Frey kicks this down the field. And that's Axel Witsel just clearing upfield, but Seattle do retain possession. This is now for number 21 for Seattle, Baker Whiting. Baker Whiting, Kent on his left. Kent passing back here to Roldan. Bell. Through here to now Vargas. And it's now going to be intercepted nicely there by Rusnak, who looks like he's actually playing... no, he's still playing centrally. I thought he was moved over to the right side. But no, this is still Atleti with possession here, just winning it back. And there is some high pressure. I got to say, props to, who is it, Jesus Ferreira, for really just pushing here at the ball. This is definitely a good, well done display to him as he's come on, showing a little bit of desire. That's what we didn't really see really with Masobski. But yeah, he is showing a little bit of goodness from the substitution. We could see a goal from him. This is now Seattle now. Vargas just passing out to the side here. It's Reagan. Now over. It looks like Rusnak. And Seattle just trying to find a little bit of an opening gap here. There is a lot of players, around by Atleti to sort of position every single possible passing gap. And they've actually won possession back here. This is De Paul, and he is fouled. It looks like it's going to be a nothing. The foul is not there. It looks like De Paul might have dived to try and win, a yellow card. Simeone's on the ground here. He's dove now, and this is going to be a yellow card for Seattle, most likely. That is, of course, going to be for, number 14, I think, Rothrock there, getting that yellow card, which is unfortunate. Yeah, Paul Rothrock gets the yellow. Anyone who hasn't dropped their score predictions now, update them and drop them, It's Bartholomew. Yeah. What the heck? Yeah, that was a yellow card. Holy, that is a absolute insane tackle on Simeone. That is, yellow card for sure. If that was Anthony Taylor as the ref, we might have seen a red card there, but yeah, yellow card. And it looks like Griezmann is going to be coming on. Griezmann is coming on here. It looks like for Simeone, just so he doesn't risk, a further injury, possibly. We might also see Sorloth coming off. It really depends what, of course, Simeone is going to pick as the substitutions here. Will he pick his child to come off? I'm not too sure. Griezmann is going to be coming on, though. I see Sorloth coming off, too. And Conor Gallagher is coming on as well. So, yeah, we'll see definitely Rodrigo de Paul coming off. I'm sure of it. There's no way they keep it on because he has got a pretty bad rating here in this game. 7.1. I mean, he does have a yellow card. Maybe they don't want to risk a possible red, especially with a warning given to him for diving. Barrios so far is in contention for player of the match. And there is going to be a substitution here, it looks like, for possibly Seattle. Yeah, Seattle's making the substitution here. And it looks like that Roldan will be coming on. Another different Roldan, not the number 7 Roldan, another one. But it's going to be after the play is finished here because the ball is still being passed around. This is now Atleti with the ball. Seattle intercept. Bell. Just passes back to Reagan. Now over to Costa Rienzi. Just up to Vargas. And now that is through. Nice pass there by Vargas, actually trying to find a little bit of space, but it is lost by his teammate. It's going to be substitution for Atletico Madrid. And let's see what's going to happen. And the Seattle substitution. So Griezmann is coming on for someone. And Sorloth coming off for Griezmann. And there is also De Paul coming off for Conor Gallagher. So I was correct in the substitution predictions. Those are the two substitutions that are going to be made. And it looks like Roldan for Seattle's going to come on. Another different Roldan. It looks like, let's see who's coming off for Roldan. Can't really tell who's going to come off here. First from Group 1 will play, second from Group 2. Yes, that is how it works. So Group A1 will play Group B2, and Group A2 will play Group B1, Group C1 will play Group D2, and etc. So let's just see what this Seattle substitution is. It's Rothrock off for Roldan. So now there's 2 Roldans on the field. 2 Roldans on the field here. And this is now Atleti just taking a throw, and it's now their ball. Long ball coming in. It's just controlled nicely by Atletico Madrid. And yeah, it's going to be a Atletico throw-in. It's going to be Laurent just passing back to Axel Witsel. And Seattle almost regaining possession. They have done so here, and this is a chance for Seattle. Here we go, Seattle with the ball. There is a very big chance for them to score here, and there's a shot, and it just goes over. It's going to be a corner for Seattle Sounders. Brilliant chance for them. Brilliant, honestly. That is a good shot there. Good chance by one of the new substitutes here. I think that is Roldan just coming on now. Who's actually positioned up higher on the field than I expected. Now this is a corner for Seattle Sounders. Let's see. Cross coming in for Seattle. Can they get a goal here? There is a header, a connection, not a goal. But here's the volley, and it just goes over. Oblak will be happy it's a goal kick. Yeah, Costa Rienzi just does not hit that volley with the accuracy needed. It looks like Seattle's coach is analysing a couple of possible tactical changes that he might make to the tactics setup. Of course, his team is doing pretty well against Atletico, regardless of the scoreline. I do think the 3-1 isn't representative of this full game, you know. And Seattle Sounders, now with possession again, they've just won it back from a careless giveaway by Laurent. Now this is Frey. Frey just passing to Baker Whiting. Back to Bell. And now it's back to Frey. Now it's over to Reagan. Costa Rienzi. Now just finding Vargas. Over to the side there. That will be a good play, but Seattle just lost, though. However, just a heavy touch. And a through ball going here to find what looks like to be Galan. Barrios open on the left side. No pass to him. This has gone all the way back to Atleti's defense. This is Axel Witsel passing to Laurent. That is a good little through ball there by Koke. Seattle do regain possession, however, from a poor little play by Atleti. And your prediction 5-1 is over. It's definitely possible, you know, because, you know, it's 3-1. I could see Atleti, you know, getting 2 more goals if Seattle are a bit careless in sort of positional, you know, set-piece routines, because that's where they have conceded most of their goals here. But, yeah, I can see still a 5-1, Phil, so it's not a problem. I do think your prediction might be the most accurate one, actually, so far. I did say 3-1, Atleti win, but I don't know. I think there might be some more goals here. And here we go. This is a chance for Seattle. And that is just given away carelessly from them, actually. That was poor. They're trying to win it back here. There's a little bit of an attempt, and that's a free kick for Atletico Madrid. A little bit careless there. It looks like from the new Seattle substitute, Alex Roldan. Just not that great. And let's see, yeah, that is just a little bit, you know, a bit careless. Just takes out Simeone, and he falls to the floor. PSG, Bayern, and River Juve semi-finals. Yeah, definitely, they are possibly the matchups that we're going to see. I did actually announce in my previous stream my predictions for the whole tournament. I did say Bayern, PSG as a final. And I definitely can see that happening, you know. That was a typo from him. Sorry, I meant 5-0 prediction. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry, Phil. Yeah. But definitely 5-1 now could be, you know, that sort of typo has really caused you for a new prediction, 5-1. And this is going to be Reagan. And it's now Bell. Just really trying to find some space here. Baker Whiting now on the left side. Just bringing it infield a little bit here. This is now Roldan just passing around. And it's now over to Costa Rienzi. Roldan. Roldan gives a lofted ball here out to the right wing. And this could be a goal. On Black just catches there. That is a nice little collection from the Atleti goalkeeper, Slovenian international. And this is Axel Witsel just passing out nicely to what looks like to be Simeone. Guardiola tiki-taka doesn't work without Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi. Yeah, I definitely think that that's not 100% true. I do think it works in some cases for Manchester City, of course, especially when KDB was there. But I feel like Guardiola sort of changed his tactics completely now. He does use tiki-taka, but not as much as he used to, you know. But yeah, it was the most effective, exactly, with Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi in Barca. Also, Busquets, don't forget him. Hugely underrated Busquets. But yeah, that was the most effective of Guardiola's tiki-taka. Cross coming in for Atleti, and it's just going to be mopped up nicely by Baker Whiting. Just clears it out of the, field here. And this is going to be, now with the ball, Atleti. Laurent just passes and trying to find some possession. This is Simeone. Simeone's just going to hold the ball up a little bit more. Passes to Koke. Simeone. Here's now Laurent. Through ball going over to try and find Griezmann. And that is going to be cleared away for a Seattle free kick, actually. There is a little bit of a foul there done by, I think, Julian Alvarez commits a small foul. And Seattle just playing it back here. Just playing around now on the central defensive area. Seattle with the ball. They really need to sort of pick up the pace a little bit now, though. It is the 72nd minute. To get 2 more goals would really require, some intense attacking gameplay. Bell over to Baker Whiting. Definitely a draw, really, yeah, would sort of cause some, a very tense round 3 in this group specifically. But again, a draw isn't ideal for both of these teams. They both need really a win to secure a possible place. It would really, calm down tensions, especially since PSG will probably deal with the Botafogo. So that would be, especially Atleti, with their goal differential. It has gone down slightly, I think, now that they've scored 3. Yeah, it's now down, of course, to -2. But without that goal differential going down, Atleti's going to struggle, really. Am I in New Zealand? No, I'm actually in Saudi. That's why I have all like Al Nassr stuff around. I got Mane in the back, and I got this. But yeah, I'm in Saudi. I used to live in Australia. I was born in Australia. I've lived in New Zealand as well. I've got roots in New Zealand. But yeah, I lived in Saudi now for 8.5 years. And this is going to be, I think, Roldan with the ball. He's actually switched sides to the right centre mid position. He used to be on the LCM, but now he's on the right here. This is going to be Baker Whiting trying to get through, and it's just going to be cleared out. Seattle throwing, taken quickly. And it is now Roldan with the ball. Playing back here, Bell. Bell to Vargas. Out to the side here. And now Seattle have a bit of a chance here to really attack. I don't know if this is offside or not, but Atleti do clean that up nicely, and it is revealed to be an offside play there from Atletico Madrid, from Seattle Sounders there. Atletico Madrid do play it offside. Yeah, it's Australian. I think it's mixed slightly with New Zealand accent, but yeah, it's mainly Australian. Yeah, the Kiwi tang, yeah, slightly from probably my New Zealand roots, because yeah, like half of my family New Zealand, half of my family Australian. But that's the thing, not lived in Australia for so long, not lived in New Zealand for so long, and it's still here. This accent is one of the most sticky accents in the world because it sticks to you, especially being around, a ton of British schools, ton of Arabic accents, so yeah. Oh, you're sharing a house with a guy from New Zealand. W's, W New Zealanders. Honestly, some of the nicest people you can meet, to be honest. And this, unfortunately, yeah, Auckland did get annihilated, though. I have to say, 10-0. Lucky I did actually go to Saudi, because otherwise I would not have supported football, guys, because Australia and New Zealand, not big on football. Saudi is, so, yeah. Brought to perspective, brought to light, and I realised this is the greatest sport on the planet, for me, at least. But yeah, Australia and New Zealand, mainly rugby and AFL football which are both completely different sports from, of course, soccer, football, you know. And this is now on the side here, Atleti bringing the ball. It looks like it's going to be Simeon just passing now. Conor Gallagher. Alvarez back to Gallagher. And it's gone all the way back here to Lenormand, passing to Axel Witsel. And now it is Simeon. Your overall thoughts on the game, how they play, mistakes, missed chances, possession, tactics, short passes. I definitely think that Atletico needs to improve. Scoring, you know, really scoring, you know, a couple of goals against this team is fine. You know, 3-1 is all good. It definitely shows that Atletico are dominant in this game. However, based on purely, you know, attacking and defending, Atletico haven't been sound. They have not been, you know, really representing their true potential they showed in the first half of the 24-25 season. We saw a lot better from Atletico Madrid. But yeah, they've definitely fallen off a cliff in terms of quality at the end of 24-25 season. And now they're really just showing, you know, they're in a drought of bad plays. Hopefully this 3-1 win can start to get them back on form. But I think Simeone really needs to make a couple of signings, especially Andy Robertson from Liverpool, of course, because Kroques is coming to Liverpool as a left-back from Hungary, of course, and Bournemouth. But yeah, Andy Robertson would be a good player to sort of play on that left side there instead of Gallon. And, you know, Gallon can become a substitute. Robertson also provides the crosses. How did I end up in Saudi Arabia? Originally for my father's work. But however, now I just live here because I love it here. You know, got Cristiano here. I got the Al Nassr season tickets for next season. Yeah, so Cristiano's here. The World Cup 2034 is going to be here. We got, you know, all new developments happening. So, yeah, W Saudi, honestly. I love it here, honestly, guys. At first, when you come here, you might not be sure, but because of there's so much, you know, media rumors about this place. But when you get here, you actually realize it's such a lovely country. It's definitely not at all what the media portrays. And I promise you, genuinely, wholeheartedly, that is what it is. People here are so nice as well. And it's now Rosnak and Kusa Rienzi coming off. And on come two new substitutions for Seattle Sounders, João Paulo and Minyo Gu. I don't think I pronounced that guy's name right, but this could, you know, be the final substitutions for Seattle. Hopefully they can make an impact, you know, and change the possessional front to maybe get Seattle back a goal. 3-2 would be ideal for them to really have a chance of possibly drawing. A draw now is really all they have to hope for because a win, of course, is going to be impossible. This is a very good play for Seattle. Could be a goal here, and there's a shot. And it's a goal for Seattle Sounders. It's a goal. It's 3-2. And the substitution just came on and scored, but it could be offside. I think this is going to be offside. I think so. I think this is offside, guys. I don't think the fans know this, but I think it's offside. We'll just reduce for now. And if it's a goal, we'll re-put the score back up. Let's have a look here. Is this an onside? So the initial play is onside. Then the sort of pass there is onside as well. No, it's offside. It is offside, guys. There is a deflection. There is a deflection, so I don't know if this will count as onside or not. I have had a lot of drama with deflection sort of plays there, where, you know, yeah, it's offside. I genuinely, the offside rules sometimes still confusing even after following football for all this time. Deflections, yeah, offside there. The reason I say it is because Al Nassr scored a goal, whereas deflected... Al Nassr was scored against by this team called Al Ettifaq with a goal that was a deflection, and they gave the goal. Insanely poor refereeing. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, yeah, the refereeing sometimes is pretty, you know, bad, but for Al Nassr's games, but it's okay, you know. It's okay. Game better. And now this is going to be Bell. That was a good, you know, substitutional replacement, really, for Seattle, because the substitutes linked up here. Now it's Kent on the side. Kent giving a nice cross in, and there's a chance for Seattle, and it's just cleared away. This is going to be a corner for Seattle Sounders. They're already on the attack again. the 80th minute, they need a goal now to really get one more, have a chance for one more, really. This is insane how Seattle suddenly turned on a switch here, kind of like France against Spain, Here we go, Seattle corner. Seattle corner. This is going to be taken by one of the new substitutes. I think it's going to be taken by... Yes, it's going to be taken by João Paulo. This corner here. Let's see if Seattle can score from it. Seattle, cross coming in. And there's a header, and it's called by John Oblak. Yeah, nice and easy. CR7, such a victory in National League. Yeah, I know. I was so happy for Ronaldo. Definitely deserved after waiting this long, guys. And he's sort of proving his value still to the Portuguese team. And now Portugal, obviously favourites for 2026 World Cup, along with Spain. Still not going to doubt Spain at all. France with a new coach. I did say this before in my previous stream, but the favourites are definitely going to be Portugal, Spain, France, Argentina as the next World Cup favourites. Because, Portugal now with the likes of Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, we got Diogo Costa now on form nearly every match. They're really rocking up to these games and absolutely, pounding on the door against teams like Spain, who we thought were really invincible in the Nations League until they came up against Portugal. So, yeah, definitely great for Ronaldo. I'm so happy for him. And he was injured in the final. He had his, the injury in 2015. If you guys know, he got a severe knee injury in 2015, had to get operated on. Yeah, he said it's starting to come back, which means the end is near. Unfortunately, guys, this could be one of his final seasons. I think he'll play 2 more seasons max. But, yeah. Going for Australia, Saudi as well. Completely different culture. Can't just open a can of Foster and put some pour in. But, yes, I know. I don't really mind about the alcohol, of course. Myself, I think that I'll try and be healthy. Ronaldo doesn't drink alcohol. I look up to him a lot, and I actually do want to play football myself, and I think that's all good. But, yeah, I do sometimes miss, the bacon sometimes. But definitely beef bacon is, a good alternative. I do think they're starting to unban a little bit of that. It's like unbanned in the embassy area, I think, by the 2034. I don't know if they'll change it or not. It might become like Dubai, where it's like in the hotels and stuff. I think that's definitely what it would be like by 2034, especially for the World Cup. But I actually live right next to one of the World Cup stadiums, guys. I live next to the Aramco Stadium by Al Qudsiya. It's being built near my house, and it is huge. It is, like, insanely big. Insane. And here is Seattle with a chance here, and it's going to be a free kick. No, it's just going to be a play on for Seattle. There's a little bit of a tussle, but yeah, it's going to be just play on. Now the ball passing back here. Seattle need to score now because there's running out of time here for a goal. And here we go, Seattle with a chance. Is this going to be a goal? And it's going to be most likely a goal kick. Yes, it looks like a goal kick here. And the Seattle Sounders players can't believe that isn't a corner unless... Wait, are they... The referee... Yeah, the referee has changed his decision. It's going to be a corner. The referee has changed. It is a corner given. He changed his mind. Probably VAR told him that was a corner because there was a touch clearly out there. He initially gave goal kick, yeah, and the players were complaining. But corner has now been shifted to be given. Simpson's prediction for a World Cup, Portugal, Mexico is possible. Portugal had great players in Mexico. Yeah, Simpson prediction, Portugal v Mexico final. Never know. Simpson's been right on most stuff, but yeah, crazy prediction if that happens. And this is Kent on the side here on the left wing. Kent crossing in now. Little pass back, actually. And this is a chance for Atleti to really get a final goal. This should seal the victory if they get this on the counter-attack. And yeah, it's played back. Yeah, Atleti don't have any. Seattle Sounders just bringing all of their players back, really, to prevent that. And yeah, here we go. Just passing it back here for Atletico Madrid. You gotta go to your bed. It's late here. Let's just go and catch it now. Another tone. Yes, thank you so much, Phil, for tuning in. Highly appreciate it. W's as well to Crystal Palace once again. Insane squad. Hopefully they do well in the Prem next season. Maybe can get European football. But yeah, W's, Phil, thank you for tuning in. And thank you for subscribing as well. And have a nice rest of your night. For me, it's actually 3 in the morning, unfortunately. I'm going to be streaming the next game too, as well. Yep, I won't go to bed till 6 a.m. in the morning, and then I have to wake up at 7 for an appointment, so I get 1 hour of sleep. 1 hour of sleep in 2 days. Great. And now this is going to be Bell. Bell just passing around here, and now it's back on the left side here to Costarriense. We got European football for... Oh, yes, you do. Winning FA Cup, yes. So where will you be playing now? You'll be playing Europa or Conference? Sorry, I didn't know the rules too much of the FA Cup. I mainly follow La Liga and SPL. I watch all Prem games. I don't really watch the cups, but yeah, I watch the Prem games. You said Vitinha before Nuno Mendes, then you think he is better. I said no, that's no order. I just said with the likes of Vitinha and Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes for me better than the best current Portugal player on the team without glazing Ronaldo. Europa League, okay, that's cool. So FA Cup equals Europa League. Wow. So if Crystal Palace win the FA Cup, if they win the Europa League, that's going to be a Champions League football for them, which will be insane seeing in the Champions League. That would be cool. That is a W, Phil, for your team. Honestly, I hope they win the Europa League now. Also hope Nottingham win the conference. I would love to see them playing, some more European football. But we still might get kicked out because of our owner. Oh, I see. Okay. We'll know in a couple of months' time, in a month's time, when all this stuff will be announced. But W's, Phil, thank you for tuning in, bro. And hope you have a nice rest of your night. Conference minimum. Okay, that's good. At least you'll get some European football, Always good for, to develop the squad more, bring in some new players. But I think Crystal Palace already have a very good team regardless. And this is a chance cleared out by Atleti, now on the left side. And Atletico now on our final breakaway. It's a 3v2. And that is good defending by Roldan. Decision end of June. Okay. Well, that's W's anyway, Phil. And again, thank you so much for tuning in, bro. And this is going to be... Yes, ciao, bro. Ciao. And out. Yep. It looks like there might be a free kick here for Simeone. He just wins a free kick there. Roldan just... Yeah, too much, actually, on the defense there. Yeah, way too much. This is going to be, yeah, a free kick. Of course, guys, the next game is going to be streamed live in 1 hour, just about. It's going to be Botafogo versus Paris Saint-Germain. So make sure to, sub up for that one so you get notified when the stream goes live. It should go live after this game. I'll put the pre-stream up. But W's, everyone who is subbing up, I appreciate everyone who subs because, it really helps the channel out. My dream is to attend the World Cup in the future in person. And that would be, amazing to commentate on these games in person, that would be insane. So, every subscriber counts. Crystal Palace with trophies still less surprising than Tottenham. Yeah, I know. Kane gone, they won, but Kane won the Bundesliga, I will say. So, two curses broken at once there. The Tottenham trophy curse and the Kane curse. Both broken on the same day. And now it is going to be Seattle just playing around. This is going to be Bell. It's going to be Kent just playing in. This is Roldan. Oh, this is a chance for Seattle. Okay, just cleaned up by Oblak. Just a bit too fast, that through ball there. By, I can't really tell who did that through ball. I think it was Roldan. And this is going to be a Atleti bring out here. Atletico trying to find, any sorts of passes to just really retain possession for the final, 4 or 5 minutes of this game. I don't expect more than 5 minutes additional time. I will be surprised if there is. And here is a chance for Atletico. It's a 1v2, and there is a clearance there from Seattle to retain the 3 up from Atletico. Seattle need to score again. They really need now 2 quick goals. So I don't really think it's possible for a win, but, another goal would be nice. Yeah, 5 additional minutes of extra time, as I predicted, and Seattle have a play here, just given away. It's going to be nothing. Player dives, tries to appeal for free kick. Yeah, nothing there. And now this is Atletico down, bringing the ball out. Griezmann. Griezmann now. Back to Conor Gallagher, who is matching hairstyles with him. And now back to Griezmann. Conor Gallagher. Outside here is now Gallen. Ball coming through, and Seattle clears that. And there's going to be a free kick for Seattle Sounders there. That is a poor foul from what looks to be Simeone. No, it is actually Gallen there. Poor foul from him. And now this is going to be Roldan. And out on the side, this is Cosorienzi. And Seattle just trying to find a chance, really, to make it 3-2. They need to hurry now. And this is going to be play on here. This is a chance, and that is just cleared away by Atleti. That is good defending from Atletico Madrid. Not letting that one slide through. There is an initial appeal for a free kick, but yeah, the referee ignores it, which is why there's slight confusion by the Atletico players. But here is a free kick now. Griezmann just fouled by Bell. And that is going to be the final score, I guess. 3-1. Pablo Barrios is the player of the match. So W's to anyone who did vote him up. Otherwise, W's everyone who was, you know, thinking of this guy. Didn't vote him. Barrios, honestly, very good player this game. And he is definitely what Atleti needed in this one to win against Seattle. He scored 2 goals, of course. But he was actually very good on the sort of attack, the counter-attack, bringing the ball up pretty quickly. For the PSG 4-0, was Barrios playing? He was subbed off 70th minute. I was going to say if he wasn't playing there, he might need to start more, but I couldn't really remember if he was there or not. This is the 92nd minute now. The clock is not ticking, of course, because it's extra time. And that goes out for a Seattle throw-in. Thrown back here to Bell. Only about 2.5 minutes left of extra time. We are halfway through the 5 minutes here. This is going Kent with the ball. Passing to Roldan. Now Roldan goes through there. Nice through ball. Here's a chance for Seattle. Once again, Roldan. And a through ball that does not pierce. And this is Atleti with through Simeone trying to get through a counter-attack. And it's going to be a free kick for Atletico Madrid. And that is a foul on Simeone right there. On the ground, holding his foot in pain. Bayern Juve final. You think Bayern Juve? You know, based on Juve's form, definitely that is a possibility. Though I do think that just based on, you know, the best team currently in the world, I do think it's Paris Saint-Germain. So PSG will definitely most probably be in the final. But, you know, there could be a big upset, really. Because if Real Madrid do finish, there's a certain condition met where if Real Madrid can actually verse PSG before the final, and if Real Madrid do knock them out, then, yeah, of course, we can see a different character in the final there. Though Real Madrid really need to lock in and, you know, improve the tacticals, you know, changes to Xabi Alonso's style, which we haven't really been seeing too much of in that first game against Al Hilal. Of course, Al Hilal, the best team in that group, besides Real Madrid. So against Salzburg and Pachuca, it can be more of a lenient game, really, where we can see a little bit of different playing style. And that is a long ball by Seattle that is going to be forgotten there. Goal kick for Jon Oblak, Slovenian international. Definitely happy that he's only conceded 1 with all of these chances that has occurred. But unfortunately, he didn't get a clean sheet, of course, for his own personal record. But yeah, this match is done, and now it is definitely confirmed. Seattle are out of the chance of actually getting into the round of 16. Because Botafogo can lose, of course, to PSG. Here's the worst case scenario, okay? Here's the best case for Seattle. Botafogo lose to PSG, still be on 3 points with 2 matches played. PSG will be on 6 points. Then PSG's next match will be against Seattle, and Seattle win against them, which will bring them on 3 points. PSG on 6, and Botafogo and Atleti really can only draw there to get a 4-point difference there. And there it is, full time on the field here, guys. It is 3-1 for Atletico Madrid. Atleti getting back into the race for possibly qualifying for the round of 16. I knew they would from this game. over and all. But yeah, appreciate Seattle Sounders again. Brilliant football. Hopefully they don't give up hopes against the final game in PSG, and just play fluent football. Maybe stop PSG, because that'd be a big achievement regardless of not getting into the round of 16. But yeah, W's, guys, for Seattle Sounders. Thoughts in the game? Let me know in the chat right now, guys. I'll read them out. If you want a shout out as well, feel free to type and I'll give you a shout out. W's everyone who's subbed up as well. Appreciate all the subs. Shout out to all the public subscribers. You'll be placed here permanently until someone, of course, subscribes instead of you. And everyone liking up the stream, big appreciation again. But that was a brilliant game. We can read out the stats here for this game before we end this stream and move on to the next one. So the stats are finally 57% possession for Atleti, 3.32 expected goal ratio for them, 15 shots, 7 on target, 5 big chances, 3 missed, 469 passes that were accurate, 86% accuracy in total, 13 fouls and 2 corners. For Seattle, 43% possession, 1.43 expected goals, 16 shots, 4 on target, 4 big chances, 3 big chances missed, 342 passes that were accurate with 84% in total, 11 fouls committed and 4 corners. So Seattle actually better in total shots, fouls committed and corners, committing less fouls, having more corners and having more total shots. But yeah, Atleti better on everything else there, guys. So W's everyone who is subscribed, W's everyone who has liked up this video. I appreciate all of you guys. Make sure to definitely check out the next video, which we are going to do, which is, of course, going to be Botafogo versus Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, I know, player movement from Seattle Sounders, really just alternating football. That was brilliant. Atleti as well, nice counter-attack. I love the counter-attack plays from Atletico Madrid. Definitely is a highlight of this game, really, their counter-attack and set-piece play. I feel like set-piece are very coordinated, and it's something that we didn't really see with PSG's game. PSG just too dominant, to be honest. But yeah, definitely a dominant display from Atleti there, asserting some dominance. And in the end, yeah, Atletico needed that one to really, stay in this race. Otherwise, Botafogo, would be through. So as it stands, it will be, of course, still PSG and Botafogo in first and second, though PSG will be playing Bota, and if they win, I'm sure Botafogo will drop down to third position. But yeah, that is all, guys, and I'll see you in the next stream. Bayern will smash PSG. We'll never know. Of course, PSG, the best current team in Europe, winning the Champions League, but we'll see if they verse each other, what will happen. But W's, thank you for watching, and see you guys in 1 hour.